here, your holistic beauty therapist, here to help you learn how to have the healthiest skin. So I have a little story. Over 30 years ago, one of the main machines used in the beauty industry was a high frequency machine. These are little radio waves that work and allow oxygen to go into the skin and help to heal the skin. So this device is a great antibacterial device, but it's also fantastic for softening wrinkles and having it in your toolkit at home. So of course, you get to an age where you become very reliant on your skin routine, and that becomes skin maintenance, probably from the age of 30 onwards. You start to use your skincare more regularly, you start to become quite aware of the aging process. And really what we want to do, most importantly, what my mission is to have the healthiest skin for every stage in your life, so that the more healthy your skin is, the younger it looks anyway. The healthier your skin is, you're less likely to break out, have blackheads, heaps of pigmentation. Yes, we are normally towards the other side of life at looking at what our past, maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 years shows on our skin today. I'm lucky in the sense of when I was 18, I became a beauty therapist and they plastered SPF on my face every day because that was part of our ritual. I'm grateful for that now. I don't suffer the pigmentation that people do of my age group. So I know that a prevention is better than anything that you can ever think of. And I'm hoping that the generation coming through can take some advice from an older therapist. So we're very excited. We have Mother's Day coming up and we wanted to do something a little different. Me being a mum myself, I love an experience, and generally what we do at SK is put together a little massage, facial, mani-pedi type treatment. But we decided this year to go one step further. Of course, you can buy value money vouchers online, and that's very handy because it's very hard to decide for mum what she would like. And it's better that mum figures out by this stage what she does like, what she does want, and what she wants to have. So today we're going to talk about the Mother's Day beauty kit. Now there will be several videos on this, but this video in particular is very important because about the high frequency machine, it has a wand and it relates very statically to the skin, and it can give you a little bit of a scare if you don't know what's going on. So I wanted to take you step by step on how this works, and then we're going to have a client of mine who has volunteered to be a model, and so that she can show you how she does it on her skin, so that, you know, sometimes when a professional showing you, like, she knows what she's doing, but we are going to get a client to do it as well. So if you missed this video, or if you want to see more about this video, you can watch that video. So we are working with a little wand, and this little wand has certain pieces. So I'm going to show you what each piece is for. The mushroom piece is probably the most popular piece of all the tools here today, because it's the one that you would use the most. It works on the larger areas of the face, and well, you can use it on your neck as well. We have other tools for that, but this is probably, if you don't want to be chopping and changing tools, it pretty much does everything. You can go under your eyes with this one as well. The next one we do is the tongue applicator. Now this applicator can go very flat to the eye and work in the areas that need a little bit more attention, in the forehead, maybe even a little bit around the eye area. This is also very good just to have a little bit more of a concentrated treatment. If you're going out on Friday, Saturday night, I would say that this is a really good tool to just work on those areas, particularly if you don't have a good 10-15 minutes to do this whole treatment. The other one that we do, the reason why this is so versatile is because this can be used on our children. I would prefer that you don't go zapping your children, because that's what it'll feel like. All the energy gets concentrated in the top of this head. And I would say don't go zapping your clients. Actually, your children. I would actually say to your child how to use it. You show them on your skin, and then you show them how to use it on their skin. Generally, they would be at the age of 14, 15 when they would have started something like this. And this would absolutely help any pimples that are just occurring, particularly the ones that are a little bit sore. This is fantastic for cystal acne because they don't want to be touching their skin, they don't want to be squeezing. And I'm not a therapist that squeeze. We use a little tool that helps nudge a blemish to the surface, but we're not into squeezing. Because when I was a young therapist, I would see the squeezing, supposedly safe squeezing, but it can sometimes take 2 years for that skin to properly heal, where I know that sessions can be done under 4 to 6 sessions and you can deal with most issues. Obviously, we will be looking into hormones, we will be doing the follow up and follow through on what happens day to day, their environment, because being holistic, you have to know all of that. So I'm going to show you how to use this particular tool because anyone can have it. If you've got your hubby, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever, they've got little pimples on their back, this is a tool you cannot live without. Once you get it, you wonder why and how you lived without this. So this is definitely a kit that your mum is absolutely going to love you for, and the fact that the whole family can use it. Well, we as mums, we want to share our stuff like that. The last one that we have is the comb. The comb is great. Like, you can actually use this on your neck as well if you want to, give yourself a little bit of a neck treatment. But technically this one is for the hair, and it's something that you would just run through your hair or any areas where you're losing or the hair seems not as thick as it is. We do lose a lot of hairs every day. It's quite normal, but when you do go through the perimenopause or menopause, you may see that hair finding up. Or you can also have, your young boys are starting as young as 24, 25, 26, where they've got their little patch on the back of their head. Again, I would be looking at the hormonal aspect of that first. Obviously their diet, because their diet also affects why their hormones are changing, besides the fact that they're going through puberty to adulthood. But the fact that if you start losing your hair a little earlier, there could be other things happening. So always go to the root cause, and then we can go to treatments like this. But remember, we are treating a symptom, so we need to holistically look into that person's whole way of how they look after their skin. So I'm going to show you how to use this, and you'll find that this has a little neon gas. The gas allows oxygen onto the skin. The oxygen is also causing a lot of circulation to happen, which just gives you good health. And I always say health and nutrition to your skin topically is just as important as what you put in the skin, probably more so what you put into your skin. And then you have your environmental factors, and then you have your mental factors. It's where I've actually gone into another realm of beauty therapy I didn't know existed till I looked into it for myself. So I will give you some videos on how I have progressed to the mental side of beauty. Okay, so this little tool, be very careful with your applicators. In the box you do get a little foam piece that will keep all the glass applicators. They're a little expensive to buy on their own, so just again be careful. So you'll see at the top they have a proper insert for your applicator, and you just pop it in gently. Don't go squeezing the glass too hard, even though these have been specially made not to crack easily. They are still glass and they are still fragile. So how you would use it, you have your little, see that? It's a little knob here, and we can turn it on. I normally have it halfway, like start low, because if you've never used this before, the little zapping that it gives you can give you a scare. It doesn't hurt, but it's like you're not expecting it. So that's why I'm doing this video, to make sure that you know that that's what's happening. Now, when you're going to apply it to the skin, you always put your finger on, you can see the little neon gas. Can you see that? Yes, so you always put your finger on it before you place it on your skin. And then you would just do little rotary movements all over the skin. Now, I'm going to go in more detail of how to use this, but I really just want you to be aware of what is happening here. So you have a direct way and an indirect way. So in the Mother's Day kits, we have put a beautiful 24 karat gold, it's just so exciting what's coming, serum to put on for anti-aging. So I would put that all over the face and I would glide nicely over it. If you're going to do this without product, I just think product is the next level. So yeah, but you can put a little gauze. You can get the little ones that you have in the medical device, a little bit of plastic. I could probably show you how to do that. And that's the indirect way. The reason it's indirect is you need to be like 0.5 centimetre from the skin, and you can get this little zapping effect happening. You don't want it too far, you just want it enough to create a little tiny space. That is allowing more oxygen into the skin. You've got more healing, better circulation, better anti-aging, softening of wrinkles, all of that. So that's how you would use that tool. Obviously, once you're on the face and you want to come off it, again, just take it off so you don't, particularly if you're showing your child this, make sure that if they can't put their finger here, just tell them to put their finger here and then off. Very simple. Okay, so we turn that off. The next tool is the tongue tool. As I said to you before, this will literally just run under the eyes and the areas that might need a little bit more attention. Great for infusing product again. Again, you can use it directly onto the skin, but you will need a serum underneath. And because we have specially formulated this serum for this machine, that's the one I would love you to try. I'm sure you can try other serums, but I don't know if you're going to get the wow factor without the one that you're getting in your Mother's Day pack. Okay, now this zapper, well, that's how I remember in beauty therapy. So you're probably wondering why, like, a beauty therapist still using this. I think they are, but what's happened in our industry, it has superseded any expectations that we as therapists could have ever imagined. When I was 18 and I finished my beauty therapy course, this was the biggest mind-blowing tool that we had in our toolbox. But now, being a much older therapist, we are playing with the big guns, lasers and mesotherapy and radio frequency and high frequency and just so much more that we can do in our industry than we could have ever imagined. So it's really weird that this went to the wayside as far as us using it, because we've got so many tools and so many big machines we could use. We sort of put this one aside. But this is why I think this is a fantastic home maintenance. There are home maintenance like lifting and LED. I'm not really fond of those. Those LEDs are like Christmas lights to me. I mean, maybe they're helping a bit, but there wouldn't be enough LEDs to give you the same impact of coming into the clinic to do a proper anti-aging treatment. But this one is actually what we used to use. Do you understand? We're giving you a beauty device that the beauty industry has been using for years and years. And this was out way before I was a therapist. So it is a very long time. So this is your best friend. So you might have some menopausal acne or some little lumps that occasionally come around period time that are very sore. This is perfectly fine to give topical antibacterial effect. The neon light in this, you can also get the blue antibacterial light, but the red is doing what the blue is. I haven't never seen that they haven't been able to, if you've got all red and all blue, it doesn't matter. They all have a similar effect on the skin. You're benefiting just the same just from using this tool. So this one, you'll put it in, again, maybe halfway, just till you get used to it. And you would literally just put it on a pimple and then just raise it off the skin a little bit. No more than about half a centimetre. You want to stay fairly close, because if you can see that, you just want that tiny, tiny little gap, because that is infusing that right into the pimple. So you would do this probably for like 30 seconds on each pimple. I would just do that till, I have actually from when I was a young girl, and I would get occasionally one of those irritating sore lumps around period time. Not that I've got one anymore, yay. It would just feel like you were taking the pain out. This is also good if you've got acne, rosacea. Perfect tool, because I'll have a whole other video on rosacea, because trust me, I can give you the best experience. The results I've had with rosacea, mind blowing. Okay, so that's your little zapper, very handy tool. You can't go wrong with that particular one. And just gently take out the probe. Don't be too rough with your implements, because it said these are expensive to replace. Okay, this is probably a bit of a game changer, because it doesn't matter what age you are, and if you are someone that's going through a stress period in your life, this is going to be the tool you want to have, because you do lose a little bit more hair around times of stress, and you want to keep your scalp as healthy as it can be, because brushing your hair is a really great thing for circulation, but stimulating it at the root, at the base, is even better still. So even if you get, some, this happened to my son, had a little bit of, it looked like crusting of the head, and I think that's also, if you're not shampooing your head properly, you might get some build-up of product. It's probably going to be irritating to the follicle. It can cause a little bit of clogging in the scalp. So you want to be able to shampoo your hair properly and condition it properly, and you need to be using this on dry hair, okay? No water. This is electricity, guys. No water. Just on your dry hair. So blow dry your hair, maybe before you properly style it. Just run the comb through the areas that you need it, or go all the way down. It feels so good around your ears. It's quite a stimulating little process to go through for your hair, for your head, and fantastic tool. This is a must in this kit, I think, because mum, dad, kids, anybody can use it. And if you have got some thinning starting to happen, please start using this now. It will make a difference. I know you won't believe it till you try it, but if you have an older mum, and we have pretty much everything we want in life, and she doesn't have this tool, you can't go wrong buying this kit for her. It's just such a perfect little tool. So once you use that, make sure that you clean everything with a little alcohol wipe if you've got it. Sometimes I put like a little Dettol and water, and just pop a little cotton pad, because everyone has Dettol at home, and you just would go lightly over it before you repack it. So who can or cannot have this? Most people can have this, but if you're pregnant, I would avoid it. If you have a mouthful of braces, metal, I would avoid it. I would take off all jewelry, because you don't want the energy to be going towards that. If you have a pacemaker, if you have epilepsy, if you have any heart issues, best not to use it. It's not that active that it would cause too much problems in any of those contraindications, but it's always safer to be on the safe side than go into something that might not be suitable for you. So we are selling online, or you can come into the clinic before you come into the clinic, please give us a call. But basically, you can buy them online, www.skskin.com.au. We made it really simple. You can't forget SK Skin. It's such an easy name to remember. The emphasis on skin, because that's what we specialize in. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've got any questions, please contact the clinic. We're happy to help you, or bring in your child if they're really frightened about the high frequency machine, and we will show them how to use it on themselves. Thanks so much.